and welcome to this week's Bruin Banter. This week I have Peng-Peng Lee finally on my show. Woo! Hey Peng. So this week we qualified from the regional championships to the national championships. It was a great day.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Up
There's
there
so
in
much
Utah.
energy.
Yeah. So we started on beam. What were the highlights for beam for you?
Definitely the highlights on beam. You know, it's really hard starting on beam, and as a team we just pulled it together, and Danusia's beam dismount's always one of my highlights.
Thanks.
But everyone just had a solid beam routine, and they did really well.
Yeah, it was a good start.
Really good start off.
Yeah, definitely. Starting on beam is never easy. And next we went to floor, always fun for us.
Yeah, the floor energy was amazing. I mean, the other teams were just all in it with us, and I think that was definitely the best part about floor is that everyone was coming into our Bruin bubble party.
Yeah.
So that was
The
fun.
Illinois girls came out of their bye locker room and they were cheering for us, and that was amazing. So we cheered for them and they were on floor too. So
And they even wrote on the board and they said, Illinois loves UCLA gymnastics.
hashtag goals.
It was a lot of fun. There was one girl from Illinois and her name was Lizzie, and she was one of Caitlin's teammates.
Yeah.
And so she was looking at us and smiling at us during her floor routine and winked at Caitlin, and we all just were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But I completely forgot that was her teammate. So
Yeah, she has the Caitlin wink down. You can tell they're friends. And after floor, we went to vault. Successful vault rotation.
No, vault was great. It was kind of hard just because all of us were down by the vault runway, and so we couldn't run out. But I mean, Angie's reaction after vault's always just an energy pumper. She comes down so excited, and Madison's vault was amazing. She hit a huge vault and just stuck the landing, and that also put a lot of energy going into the last rotation.
Yeah, so great. And the last rotation, we always keep it dramatic out there. We actually had a fall and then a kind of rough routine from Stella. But you came back with the 995. I've been so excited. Every single week I'm like, is Peng back in the bar lineup? Every week I've probably been the most excited person.
I'll put
on
on
the
my
team.
grips and just shock and maybe just do a couple swings, and Noosh goes, yes, you're back.
So finally my dreams came true. Peng was back in the bar lineup and you did not disappoint. It was so great to see you back out there.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I mean, especially after those falls and a little bit of mishaps, it was definitely a motivation for me to hit the routine and do it for my team. I wasn't even thinking about my bar routine, and I was just saying, I'm just going to do it for the team. And I knew that the landing has been kind of a hard thing for me, but I knew that I was going to stick it because I had to do it for my team. And here we are, going to nationals.
Yay.
So it's like really exciting.
And of course, Janae and Soph brought their A game too, and here we are, off to nationals. We made it. It was a good day, successful day in Utah.
Yeah.
So, on to you. You obviously just spoke about the landing being a bit tough, and you've suffered a lot of knee injuries, the first one being before the Olympics in 2012. Obviously, everyone's dream when they start gymnastics is to go to the Olympics. So to have your dream stopped like that, how was that for you?
It was definitely devastating just because I've always wanted to go to the Olympics, and it was definitely a dream of mine. But I know that when they asked me to be team captain, I was just thrilled and so excited. And it was definitely a different opportunity, but it was still, the Olympics is the most amazing thing. And it's really unfortunate that I couldn't compete, but I am just so blessed to have that opportunity to even travel with the team. So it was exciting.
I felt the same way. Obviously, I was reserve and you were team captain.
Yeah.
And we actually met for the first time. That was so fun. But just being around it and being in the experience was just an amazing time. And now you've actually had 3 knee surgeries total, and you've been very unlucky.
Yeah.
And some people would have definitely given up by now. So what has kept you motivated, and was there any time where you did want to give up?
There was different things for each surgery. I think definitely the first surgery was, there's always another Olympics. I'm going off to college, and that was the most amazing thing. And then the second surgery, my ACL surgery, was probably the hardest because I knew that I had to go through another year of rehab, and no one wants to go through another year of rehab. And so that was the motivation for me, I think, was just to get healthy and just enjoy my time here at UCLA. I mean, in California, so it's not like I had it bad either. But then I tore my meniscus just recently, and I think that was the harder one to get through because I was planning on doing 2016 Rio Olympics, and then I just had a thumb surgery and I had meniscus surgery, and I was just thinking, you know what, my body just can't take the impact anymore, and there's always just other new exciting things out there, and Olympics is just one portion of my life, and I'm just so excited for the next step, and I'm almost graduating soon, so I'm looking forward to internships and hopefully doing a little bit of acting, and I think that would be amazing.
Yeah. I remember reading one interview recently that you did, and you said the Olympics doesn't define you, and that was amazing because obviously I'm not in the same position, nowhere near, but I've had 2 chances to do the Olympics and none of them worked out as well. So definitely that was inspirational to me, and I think other people out there can use that.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that because I think a lot of the times Olympics is definitely a huge goal, and it's always been a goal of mine, but it's not going to define me afterwards. It's not going to say I'm not Christine or the Olympic gymnast Christine, like I'm just Christine who went to the Olympics, you know? And so I was just thinking of it that way. I'm definitely more about what my personality is, what my character is, and when I do things along the way, it's just they're little goals that I've done, and there's something that doesn't exactly define me, but it definitely characterizes me.
Yeah. On a lighter note, you have 1 more year left of gymnastics. What are your goals?
My goal is to be all 4 events, and definitely floor, because I love floor, and I just had never had the opportunity to compete it because of my thumb and then my knee. So then next year, competing floor is definitely one of my goals. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys haven't got the chance to see any of Peng's routines. She's had one every year and they've been great. So next year, I've got my fingers crossed.
Hopefully you can see the 4th and final one.
Yeah. And what has been the highlight of your gymnastics career so far?
I've had a lot of different highlights. There's just been a lot of moments, but I think just generally, some of the highlights were definitely going to the 2012 Olympic Games, and then another highlight is just coming to UCLA and being a UCLA student athlete. I think that's definitely a huge highlight. I've had so many amazing opportunities and going to World Cups and meeting a bunch of new people and just training with the amazing girls. So I think it's just the highlight of gymnastics for me.
Yeah. And obviously we came in as a class with Sophina and Arcy. But you'll be staying an extra year. Is there anything you're going to miss about us?
Yeah, I mean, we do these class challenges during the meets, so I'm just going to miss being with my class. I mean, we always have so much fun, and Sophina's creative, you're creative, and then we've had the chance to work with Kwa this year, and so we just come up with really good things, and we even made a chant.
Our ones are the best, honestly, and we have so much fun making them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never fight. We all have like great participation.
And then if no one likes the idea, we're just like, no, well, not the next one.
Yeah.
We work very well.
We do. So now we're going to answer your questions from Twitter. The first one comes from @HattieCutcliffe, and she asks, what is the most unusual aspect for you two of going to school and living in another country?
I think the most unusual thing is that some of the words I use, they don't use here.
Yeah.
Like I've said cutlery and no one knew what cutlery was.
Right.
And then Zed. No one says Zed. They think I'm thinking about the artist Zed. Like the music artist. They said Zed's not a thing.
Right.
I said, it's Zed.
I think
Which
as
is
well,
the letter Z.
because in England, and I'm guessing Canada, we know about American things more than Americans know about our things. So when they do something that we wouldn't do, we get it. But when we say stuff or do stuff that isn't in their culture, they don't get it. So that's definitely an adjustment that you have to make.
I sent Kale, my old roommate, and I said, I'll hand you my check. And he goes, you mean checkwa? I spelled it with a Q-U-E. He had no idea what I was talking about. He goes, what's a checkwa? I said, it's a check.
A check.
So some of the spelling's a little different too.
And tax return, let's not even talk about that. International student life.
I mean, we're actually aliens.
Yeah, that's what they refer to you as on your international student forms.
It says alien.
Yeah, non-resident aliens. @insanely_Jess, and you ask, who do you guys think is the funniest gymnast and coach on the team?
I think everyone has their moments.
Yeah.
I think I really enjoy Rochelle sometimes.
Same.
She's super funny. Nikki's really funny too when she gets into her zone of dancing. Coaches, I mean, Miss Val can be really funny, and so can Randy and Chris. They kind of all come in spurts. No one's really funny for a whole week. It's all just spurts of funny.
I definitely had Rochelle and Nikki come to mind first. Yeah, they probably make the team as a collective laugh the most, I'd say.
I would say.
And then I'd probably choose Randy, but all the coaches do definitely have their moments.
Yeah.
But Randy is hilarious.
Yeah. It's never a dull moment on each event.
And the third question comes from @Moreno Hosea, and you ask, what are some of the ways you calm yourselves before a meet? Music, calls to parents, ?
I think some of the ways I calm myself down is just talking to teammates. and talking to coaches, because I feel like sometimes if I get too much in my head and if I get in my own little bubble, then I almost make myself more nervous. So going up to teammates and saying, hey, I'm nervous, can you calm me down, or just breathing with them, that definitely helps a lot.
Yeah. I just think sticking to a routine, especially when you're in season, you compete every weekend. You just do the same things, and it's not even a ritual, it's just what you do. So I think you just have to have a game plan and a routine. Yeah, nothing too specific when you compete every weekend. It just kind of seems second nature. Yeah. Thank you for your questions.
Next week, we're heading off to Texas for national championships and competing on April 15th.
Catch us on ESPNU at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks for watching. Bye.